Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the
Welcome to the NBA on 2K Sports. So glad you could join us on this Saturday night. I'm Kevin Harlan, joined by Greg Anthony and Stan Van Gundy. And we've got Allie LaForce reporting from the sideline. And taking a broader look here at the year-over-year scoring trend for Anthony Simons.
And you can see his scoring numbers trending down as time goes on. It's not what you want to see, but maybe it's just time to shift his approach a little and start looking for other ways to get points out there on the floor.
And the starting group for the Spurs, they've got Wembanyama, Oubre out there with Green, and it's Green, and it's Vassell in at the 2. And for the Celtics, dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. Pritchard and White are their guards. And it's Queta in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. So, Greg, with All-Star voting underway, there are plenty of deserving players, but only 12 spots for each conference. It is very difficult to choose.
And that's why it feels like someone gets snubbed every year. I'd love to see the league expand the rosters to 15 spots. Remember, we had 12-man rosters back when there were only 9 teams.
Oubre against Brown. Outside Tatum. To the paint, here's Queta. And the rejection by Wembanyama. Green dishes to Green. Good. Great play by Green to set it up. Green's got the opening bucket of the night here for the Spurs. The Spurs come into this one following a loss to Los Angeles.
You know, it seemed like once it went to overtime, the confidence from both teams just really seemed to go in opposite directions. And unfortunately for them, they were on the wrong side of that equation.
Excellent on both ends of that play.
Yeah, the steal was sharp, but the slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
It's time to send it over now to our reporter, Allie LaForce.
I was able to talk to Joe Mazzulla for a minute. We talked about Victor Wembanyama and what he wants to see from his team defensively, and he said, I want to see us knock him off balance a little bit, be tough, physical. That's how you get into his head, and that's how you frustrate him. Expect to see a lot of defensive aggression against Wembanyama tonight. Back to you guys.
All right, Allie, thank you so much for that. And the basket by Tatum.
Well, when it comes to his jump shooting, Tatum is extremely efficient in catch-and-shoot situations.
Spurs have gone 2 of 3 here to start out the game. You know, Stan, you look at Wembanyama's frame. Does he need to get any stronger? Put on more muscle, more bulk?
Well, Kevin, of course he could use to improve on his strength, but he's strong enough right now to be one of the best players in the league. We've seen that, but as he gets older, a lot of that strength's just going to come naturally. The scary thing is, for coaches and players around the league, not on his team, this guy's just going to keep getting better.
And his competitiveness showing through, that's an aggressive finish.
Yeah, and getting out in transition allows for some easy points before that defense is fully set.
Here's Tatum after the basket by San Antonio. Shakes him. Oh, and the jam by Tatum.
That's a big-time move by Jason Tatum. I don't know how many style points you give him on that one.
That's a great look at that move from the Connected Cam, sponsored by AT&T. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. Green passes to Wembanyama. Beyond the arc. And there's Green on the assist by Vassell. Green's got 7. Celtics trail by 4. Outside Tatum. Inside. And White slams it in.
Well, White is a solid athlete. He's more than capable of getting up for these kind of throwdowns.
And here is Green. He had a 33-point outing in their last game against the Lakers.
Yeah, and you see this with a lot of great scores. When they're putting up big nights, a lot of times it's because they're making a lot of free throws.
Off target with the close range fadeaway. Here's Tatum. No good. That would have tied it.
Yeah, you expect him to make those. Good luck. Just couldn't find the mark.
Here's Wembanyama for 3. Nothing that time. He's 0 for 2. And here's Brown. He'll bring it up for the Boston Celtics. Trailing by 2. Outplayed in the previous game on their schedule, losing to the Raptors.
In the NBA, you've got to keep pace. It's a fast track out there, and I thought their lack of hustle defensively was the story of the game.
Yeah, poor communication at the defensive end. Many of the rotations were late.
And you love to see this assertive play from Wembanyama, refusing to let himself be stopped inside.
Now here's White. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. To the inside. Over in the corner, Pritchard. And the 3-ball is good.
And he likes to get in a rhythm early. Nice triple.
The Spurs have gone 5 of 9 from the field here in the first. Down low, it's deflected. He's got a clear path. And Keita gets it to go.
And that's up-tempo basketball at its best. So much easier to operate the open court when a steal triggers the break.
Here's Green. 7 points in the game. Vassell outside. And that one drops for him.
Well, those were some weight room points from Vassell, flexing his muscles.
Now here's Tatum. 5 points in the game. To the middle, trying to find Pritchard, and gets it to him. And that one, good.
That's just a great pass. Excellent vision to see the open spot in the defense and lead him to the score.
So it's the Spurs now. Vassell outside. Pass to Oubre. And here is Green. He's covered by Pritchard. Wembanyama, that's for 2. And Pritchard pulls it down.
The shooting numbers just aren't there yet in the court.
Into the lane. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. And we've got our 2K insider, Shams Charania, on the line. Shams, what's the story?
Well, thanks. The Celtics this summer trading Drew Holiday for Anthony Simons. They're almost a decade younger. And Simons' deep threat capability is definitely a fit for the way the Boston Celtics like to play, especially now moving forward. He can fit in defensively. He could be a long-term contributor, guys.
He's more than capable. So Boston going with almost an entire new group. Kate is checked in. Jason Tatum comes in for Sam Hauser. Jaylen Brown's checked in for Malik Beasley. And Derek White subbed in for Anthony Simons. San Antonio also making some changes. Dennis Schroeder's checked in for Vassell, and it's Green in for Murray. Wembanyama high post. Wembanyama fighting for it.
He's found something here in this second quarter. This is when you want to keep feeding it.
On the court right now for the Spurs, we've got Green. Green is out there with Dennis Schroeder. Then there's Oubre, and it's Wembanyama in at the 5 down low. Spurs trail by 3. Schroeder outside. Spurs working the ball around now. Green against Tatum. Green kicks to Green. Over Pritchard. And it's Green missing. Boston leading by 3. Outside Tatum. Pritchard with a wide open look. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. Pritchard's got 9.
They've been outstanding from beyond the arc this quarter. Their percentage has been climbing steadily.
San Antonio's gotten cold from deep in the second quarter. Just 2 of 6 from long range. Pass to Schroeder. Back to Green. It's stolen by Pritchard. Lays it in off the breakaway. 11 points in the game. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
Well, our coaching staff has to be happy with how active they've been defensively, forcing turnovers and making the offense uncomfortable.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
Green deciding where to go with it. Shot clock at 5. On the wing, Green. Good. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
Well, he's so potent offensively. It's easy to draw up plays for him.
The Celtics with the lead. White the pass to Tatum. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up. And sometimes, Stan, lost in everything he has done for his team, Jason Tatum is one heck of a playmaker.
Yeah, Kevin, I think what happens to guys like Tatum when they come into the league is because he can score the ball, and that's such an important skill, we tend to focus on the scoring. But Jason Tatum has become a better playmaker in his time in the league. He's become a better defender and a better rebounder. This guy excels at everything.
Hey, Greg, kind of a combo forward. Tatum at 6'8", more than capable of playing up at the power forward position.
And that's where he's mostly played the last few seasons. And his rebounding is more than just serviceable. Credit him for the strength he's added over his career.
Pass to Green. Launches it. That drops. Nice feed that time from Wembanyama. Green's got 10 points in the game. And let's go to the sideline. Here's Allen.
Hey guys, Spurs talent evaluators first laid eyes on Victor Wembanyama when he was 15 years old, playing on a youth team in France. At that point, the franchise was enjoying its 22nd straight winning season, but the opportunity to just maybe draft a prospect like Wemby gave them the impetus to rebuild. Guys, back over to you.
Okay, Allie, we thank you for the report. There's 57 seconds left now here in the second. For 3, Van Vliet. The rebound by Cade. Cade's got his 4th rebound in this one. Out to White. Tatum with the screen on Van Vliet. Tatum on the wing. Off target there. That would have pushed the lead to double digits.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him. And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
Spurs trail by 9. 3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Zohan, the pass to Green. Johnson left side. A three-pointer off the mark. White the pass to Tatum. Takes it inside.
Oh, inflicting some punishment with the two-hand flush.
They're going for the throat. Green. A strong finish under heavy pressure all over. 12 points for him. And so it's Boston in control with a 9-point lead to end the quarter. They've set the tone. They love their tempo. They're going to be very tough to stop. And don't go away. We'll be right back.
Hey everybody, nothing like a little trade news to perk up your day. We'll take a look first at some transactions around the NBA.
We've seen what Trae Young can do for your offense. Elite shooter and playmaker, great instinct, and he has that it factor. Able to go off of 40, even 50 some nights. Young can win games for you by himself.
Changing gears here, how about what Jason Tatum was doing in that first half?
Putting up points, not shy looking for his shot, man. And he's been carrying the load offensively.
And that'll do it for halftime. We send you back to Kevin Harlan, who has the second half call.
And we've got third quarter of basketball for you, 2 quarters in the books. And you know, guys, Jason Tatum has really been making it happen.
And, you know, I don't think he'll top the assist charts this year, but early on he's done a great job of keeping the ball hopping around.
Yeah, and I'm a little surprised, but he's been focused on passing the ball. You got to give him credit.
Celtics leading by 9. Pritchard and White are their guards. Dynamic duo of Brown and Tatum at the 3 and the 4. And it's Queta in at the 5, home in the paint. And that's the group for Joe Mazzulla as we begin the second half. You know, Greg, a lot of the best scores do what's called hunting, looking to create contact with the defender that they've zeroed in on.
Yeah, and that can be a legitimate technique to really negate a shot blocker. But when the offensive player basically initiates all the contact, we could do without some of those cheap foul calls against the defenders.
No free throws, good from Green.
We expect nothing less. He's generally been very good at the line.
Tatum passes to Queta. Here's Pritchard for 3. Oh, yes, he did. 5 up and 5 down for him so far.
Well, those go down for him in his sleep.
And here's Green. He'll bring it up for the San Antonio Spurs. It's a 10-point game. Vassell against White. Green in the high post. 6 to shoot. For 3, Vassell. The rebound by Queta. Queta's got rebound number 5 here tonight. And with a little over a minute gone, the second half is underway.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come.
And now, yep, this will be a coach's challenge. We thought that might happen, triggering a review of the personal foul.
And this is the time now where the officials can review in closer detail what constituted the original.
The previous play is under review.
A lot easier to determine.
Indeed, and the one thing with replay review is that when you see the slow motion
the ruling on the floor is confirmed.
These players are moving it, and how fast the action really is, and how hard it can be sometimes, you know, Greg, to make the right call. And so the word is in. They've decided that the call stands as it was made on the floor.
And, you know, even if a coach still feels this wasn't the right call, you got to acknowledge the effort being put in to reviewing it. The double checking, and the game continues on.
And that one misses. Spurs trail by 12. Pass to Wembanyama. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Green's got 3 assists now in this one.
And boy, he's really in a groove. Dominant performance last game. Same thing this time out.
Yeah, for sure. He is just oozing confidence. Thinks every shot is going in. They should just keep running sets for him.
Vassell against White, and the wide open shot from Green. Off target from outside. Boston leading by 10. From outside the arc, and Peyton Pritchard, good for 3. Pritchard's got a pair of threes now here in the third for Boston. The Spurs have gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. And you think of all that Jaylen Brown has accomplished, Coach? Top of the list, 2024 Finals MVP.
Yeah, look, it's tough to beat that as an accomplishment, Kevin. To win your team a championship and be the biggest part of it. But what I love about Jaylen Brown is the consistency of what he's done throughout his career. This guy has been good for a long time, and he's still got a long way to go.
Now, that's what I call a momentum changer.
Yeah, when you've got a point guard with that kind of spring, no lead is safe.
Yeah, he saw the opportunity to finish with some authority, trying to fire his guys up.
Tatum looking around. Pass to Pritchard. Just 5 on the clock. Baseline J on the way. Rebounded by the Spurs. Wembanyama's got 9 rebounds in the game. Getting it done. And Green slams it in.
Oh, nice setup by Wembanyama. On top of everything else, this guy has an incredible IQ.
Celtics leading by 9. Pass to Pritchard. Now here's White. Launches a 3. Busted. No good that time either.
They've been the better rebounding team by a healthy margin, but it hasn't been enough.
And that one's good. Green.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Now Tatum. He's got 12. Here's Kata. Pass to Pritchard. From past the arc. It's good again, and the next one 7 for 8 shooting night so far.
Well, he's already hit more threes since halftime than he did in the whole first half. He might have figured something out.
And so Mitch Johnson decides to call timeout. He's going to take a few moments here to check in with his team and regroup. A different look now for San Antonio. Dennis Schroeder comes in for Devin Vassell. And it's Fred. San Antonio leading by 4. On the floor for San Antonio starting the fourth quarter. Green is out there with Wembanyama. Then it's Green. Then there's Devin Vassell. And it's Oubre in at the 3 slot.
Well, that's now his 3rd triple of the game. First here in this second half.
The Celtics shooting at 52% from the field. They're clicking. Beasley with a clean look. The offensive rebound. Garza. And there's the bucket. Stay with it on the offensive glass. Getting it done.
And the D getting outwork there on the putback. Can't let that happen.
And I can tell you from experience, these are the types of things that drive coaches crazy.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Wembanyama. Austin making a switch here. Boucher is checked in. Here's Brown. And stolen by Vassell. And now running it up the court. Green pushing it all the way. All right, well, look at how the hustle game has been going for the Spurs.
Well, all you can ask for is your guys to be really active on D, and they've been more than that tonight.
And they've also made a point to protect the rim tonight. All game long, they've been challenging or blocking shots.
And let's go courtside. There's some news on Anthony Simons. Allie?
Hi, guys. The head athletic trainer for the Celtics let me know the status. He let me know that it's a strained hip, which causes plenty of soreness and shooting pain in that area. And from the sound of it, nothing to play with, but guys, nevertheless, seems like he's planning to give it a go. Back to you.
Allie, thanks as always.
Well, look, injuries take a mental toll as well. These guys all want to be contributing to the best of their ability. It's tough to sit out and watch.
Pass to Minot, and here is Brown, and too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. The league's long-distance bombers are setting their sights on the three-point contest this season. Here are some of the early favorites to make up the field.
And I love the way the voting is shaping up, Kevin. We'll have an excellent contest if these are the shooters who are firing away on All-Star Weekend.
Well, you look at Pritchard. He's going to need to leapfrog quite a few great shooters if he's going to be a part of the three-point festivities in All-Star Weekend. But, you know, maybe he can do it.
I mean, anything's possible, especially if he has a few big games from beyond the arc before All-Star Weekend. That'd give him a nice bump in the voting.
And it's going to be an exciting showcase this year. Some incredible shooters, that's for certain. We'll keep you updated as we find out more.
Yeah, I think we're in for a real treat. I think the increased importance of the three-point shot in today's game has really shined a light on the talent, precision, and really the wow factor of how these guys can drill the long ball.
Tatum, he's checked in for Sam Hauser. Vassell outside. To the inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Wembanyama outside. A chance to extend the lead to double digits, but it's no good. Beasley kicks to Tatum. There's Brown with the 3. San Antonio with the rebound. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip. Celtics trail by 7. Tries the spin move. Beasley outside. The shot's good. Brown making the play. Beasley's got himself on the board with 3 there.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
And so it's Mitch Johnson calling timeout. He has decided it's the right time to talk. Sam Hauser's checked in for Beasley. Let's check in now with our Allie LaForce, who's got a story for us. Allie?
Over the last break, I listened in on Mitch Johnson's huddle. He was clapping in the huddle, saying to his guys, loving the effort right now, keep the intensity on them. Leave no doubt in their mind that this game is ours. Guys, back to you.
Thank you once again, Allie. Stolen by Tatum. Pass to Minot. Whistle blows, basket is good. So a chance here for a 3-point play.
Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
And we're about 3.5 minutes into the 4th quarter. Oubre outside. Here's Green, and he converts the layup. Green's got 5 points in the quarter.
And the D not really doing its job there. A little slow to react to the ball getting into the paint.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. Brown outside. Here's Hauser. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backboard.
Green inside the 3-point line. It's hauled in by Brown. Celtics trail by 3. Here's Simons. Brown outside. Cash money. Brown with the try.
Well, after dropping in 2 triples in the first half, he's now matched that mark here in the second half, and I wouldn't be surprised to see more of that.
The Spurs have gone 3 of 8 here in the 4th quarter. It's Vassell on the wing. And up the court come the Celtics on the break to take the lead. And again, it's Boston converted. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for Boston.
Well, they've shown just outstanding effort defensively, and it's resulted in several forced turnovers.
And they've also forced a lot of turnovers, capitalizing and turning those turnovers into points. Way to get after it.
6 on the shot clock. And Wembanyama finds Green. Vassell sends a screen for Green. Got it!
And that's about the worst defense I can imagine a team playing coming down the stretch.
Yeah, there's no excuse for giving that up. That's the absolute last thing you want to happen.
And here's Tatum. He'll bring it up for Boston. 13 points was their biggest lead in the game.
Timeout.
And so
Timeout.
Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. And clearly an important juncture. He's going to have some choice words with his team. And some changes here for the Celtics. Kate is checked in, and Derek White subbed in for Sam Hauser. The Spurs also at the sub. Pools checked in for Vassell. Outside, White. Now here's Tatum. A great pass leads him right to the rack.
He's been in a big spot or two. Get it to NBA champ Derek White.
And timeout called by Mitch Johnson. There was no hesitating. He wants to talk to the team right now. For San Antonio, they've gotten just under 45% of their attempts to drop in the fourth. 4 of 9. Wembanyama sets a screen for Green. No good from 3. The Celtics have gone 6 of 11 since the start of the fourth quarter. Richard with the ball for 3. That does not go.
Doesn't register as a block, but he did everything you want defending that shot.
Well, you know, sometimes the most pivotal plays don't always go on the stat sheet.
And for the Celtics, they're shooting it up around 51%. They're getting good looks. Jacks up a 3. Oubre with the rebound. For San Antonio, they've gone 5 of 11 from the field in the fourth quarter. It's stolen by Brown. Tatum outside with the drive. Tatum blasting through them on that drive.
Well, you know who their number one option is when they need a big bucket. And Tatum rarely disappoints.
San Antonio's gotten just 1 of 4 3-pointers to go down for them here in the fourth. Outside Poole. Outside Green. Wembanyama finishes inside on the nice dish.
Well, that's the leadership and clutch instinct they always want to see from Wembanyama.
There's the pick. Tatum! Green whips down the board. And the Spurs with possession. 55 seconds left to play here in the fourth. Pocket 6. Now Wembanyama. White left side. Pritchard. Green from outside.
That is world class.
Yeah, and I can say from experience, his coach just breathed a huge sigh of relief.
Green with a screen on Pritchard. He's off from 3.
And on an open look like that, he's very gifted at making the weak coverage pay.
It's a 4-second differential between the shot clock and game clock.
You're in total command of this game with time starting to run out.
Yeah, and at this point, the focus is take care of the ball, no needless fouls, and no threes.
Time called here, and the Spurs decide to talk it over. 17 seconds left in the fourth quarter. What do you think we're going to see coming out of this timeout?
Looking for a quick shot, trying to extend the lead.
Yeah, and then they have to foul quickly and hope for some misses at the line.
Just a terrific perspective of that dunk from the Connected Cam, brought to you by AT&T. And they go to the intentional foul. And that hurts as he doesn't get the first one to fall. Trying to focus now on the second. That's good, going 1 of 2 from the line, and that increases their lead to 6. And here is Green. Green with a screen on Pritchard. So we see Boston get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure it didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, and just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
Hallie, let's go to you courtside. What do you have for us?
Jason, with you guys being such a young team, how do you continue to improve to reach your potential?
We got to watch film. I mean, we did a lot of good things today. A lot of things we could have done better. And we just got to be focused, composed, play with a lot of poise, and we'll be fine.
Poise normally comes with experience, but because you're so young, you're finding it early. Congrats.